Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Colts and the reigning Super Bowl champs. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight, we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right away between the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this out to the 25. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They go back to Pollard on second down, and he'll get about 3 up past the 25. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Micah Parsons, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. Well, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
third and long. They'll look to throw. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the
face turquoise covering eyes.
Maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
W string red ball.
Becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Maybe that's just an example of the growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Prescott to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here in the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
The good thing about playing any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
13 yards remaining on second down.
Back to throw here.
A very quick pass to Ridley. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. This from 36 yards out. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
First down, Prescott.
Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. Now Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number 1, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On second down, it's Pollard. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away.
And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right at the 35. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Colts getting ready to go. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And a nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Another carry now for Edmonds. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Now stick. And that is incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Gay's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a 1st down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now it's the first involvement on the ground for the backup running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Can't get away, and he's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
Yeah, as we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end. So they were on him in a hurry.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here's Tommy Townsend now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw again. And Thomas has it. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Devin Bush. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He's going to keep this again.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Stick looks to throw.
Flushed out right. Got a man. That's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here's Tommy Townsend on the punt.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They'll set up a throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Stick back to pass. And he fires one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Stick looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Third down, they'll throw with Stick. And that will be incomplete. The Colts send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Here's 2nd and 8.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing just about on his own goal line. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly.
Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. They'll throw now on the final play. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Takes it at the 7th. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more.
Pierce has it knocked loose.
It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they take the lead here at 7-6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
From the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Dance, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Throwing on 2nd down. Stick. And his throw is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That's how multiple guys get to it. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. He's still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now. Showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. That's
He'll look to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Stick, and this is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a handoff running through the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
This throw left side is caught by Tolbert.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 30. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On what's been from the shotgun, it's Winston. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Jameis to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this is going to remain a 1-point game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down. A shotgun throw for Stick. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. On 3rd down, Winston. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This will be 3rd and 5. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know this Speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game.
One winds up an Indianapolis victory, and it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line.